We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Eddie Hearn confirms, makes it official that he, the promoter that is managing the career of Jaron Boots Ennis, and he is in negotiations trying to put together a fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Teofimo Lopez. So in this video, your boy Ego is going to take you through it, give you my thoughts, let you hear some quotes, all that good stuff. Let's jump right into it, shall we? I made a video about this. That's for starters. I am the best in the business, and it's not even close. If you subscribe to my channel, you already know that. Made a video about it. Made several videos about Teofimo because he's been in the news. Now, Turkey has made it official that he's trying to line up Boots versus Teo for later this year. Eddie Hearn just now confirmed it. Brand new interview with Fight Hype. He says, quote, "We are in negotiations for Jaron to fight Teofimo. You heard Turkey, Al-Sheikh. He said it there, right? This is the last 48 hours or so Jaron has been chilling out. There is a date in August that we could be looking at in Saudi Arabia, but we weren't really expecting to fight in August. We were expecting to fight in September or October. We have a mandatory challenger in Shakram Giasov, who stepped aside for the Stanionis fight, but I believe there's a conversation to be had there for another step aside, right?" He says, "I've got a call with Jaron and Bozy, his father, trainer, in about an hour to see if that's what we want to do. I will say there's a conversation for 47 to 54. It is an inevitable move to junior middleweight, 154 pounds for Boots, but I feel like the Teofimo fight is a great fight. I feel that is a great option for him. I honestly think that Boots Ennis is too big and too good, and I do rate Teofimo Lopez," end quote. Now, I rate Teofimo Lopez as well. I rate him to get his candy whooped by Jaron Boots Ennis if he fights at 147 with no rehydration clause against Boots Ennis in his next fight. I've already been on wax. My opinion hasn't changed, won't change. Can't stop, won't stop. You dig? Here's why. Don't really like the fight at all. This is another one of Turkey's like brainchilds or whatever, similar to Canelo Bebe versus Crawford. Two guys with the name that shouldn't be fighting each other, but you ran out of ideas, so you just make a fight because you are working with the fighters. No more, no less. That's exactly what I look at for this Teofimo Lopez fight. My thing is this: Teofimo fights down to his competition. If you watched his career, he seems to step it up when he fights better names like Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, and Barbosa was on a pretty decent tear. He seemed to have better performances in those fights. But then when there's other guys like Steve Claggett or Pedro Campa, and you expect so much more from him, or George Kambosos, where he actually lost that fight, and then he just doesn't show up. So he's very inconsistent. Now, I know what I say because I'm there when I say it. So I know I just said the bigger the name, the bigger the opportunity, the more focused and, you know, typically the better performances from Teofimo. But that was at 35, at 140 pounds. I strongly believe this. See, a lot of people, they bought into Floyd Mayweather because he was the face of boxing for so long. And Floyd said certain things that sounded cool, but if you really know boxing, it's not really true, right? Or there's times where it's true, but there's equal times where it's not true. For example, Floyd popularized like weight don't matter, skills pay the bills, which it's true and it isn't, right? If you're Floyd Mayweather, yeah, you're able, because you have a defense and an offense, you're able to fight bigger guys and excel. But just to say that as more or less a blanket statement, that is not the case for probably more fighters than not. I think there's only a select few that they could keep moving up in weight and keep getting busy and looking like they did in the smaller weight classes, no exception. So it's like it's more the exception than the rule, right? I would say if you put most fighters out of their element, out of their current weight classes, and moved them up, they're probably going to struggle. So why would I want to see Teofimo, who has hit or miss performances at 35-40, fight Jaron Ennis, who I think is the guy to beat, the number one? I mean, he has the most belts. He's the bigger name, the biggest name, and he's the man to beat at welterweight. Teofimo, he's like, yeah, make the fight. I want to fight. And it sounds like he wants a big payday. But I just personally haven't seen anything that leads me to believe that Teo is the person that beats Boots. Boots has reach. Boots has power. He's a switch hitter. Teofimo, he just doesn't look big enough to be the welterweight that beats a guy like Boots. Like, I mean, I don't even have a fight that I've ever seen Teo fight that even remotely compares to Boots. Like Kambosos, no. I'm talking about people who, everyone has their own style, but some people's style, there's some similarities, right? Like how people say Floyd Schofield reminds them of Sean Porter. Nobody that Teofimo has ever fought reminds me of a Boots at all, right? Like, I could understand if Teo beat Terrence Crawford or something, because Terrence and Boots got that, American black style, use some footwork, aggressive switch hitters, so at least they have that in common. Teo Claggett, no. Pedro Campo, no. Teo Lomachenko, no. Lomachenko he definitely is not as big as Jaron Ennis. That would look ridiculous if Loma stood next to Boots Ennis. So power-wise, I just can't think of anyone. And, we'll see. Maybe Teo can prove me wrong, but I'm not as sold on this particular fight as some people are. And, if they make it, I'll watch it. I'm not going to protest it. But I just feel like Teofimo had suspect performances with Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. Boots, he really chewed through Imantas Stanionis, who I picked Boots to win, but I truly thought that Stanionis would have more of an effort. He kind of made Stanionis quit, if we're really being real. Or it looked like that to me, you know what I mean? So for me, I just can't see Teofimo doing it. He's good, like I said. He has skills, but he play around a lot, and I just don't think he has the size. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.